Hey guys, and welcome to the Stampin' Scoop Show.
Number 149.
We're almost 150. Wow. Wow. I don't even know what medal is that. Silver, gold, beyond.
Who's got volume?
We got volume. That's me, I think. There we go. Somewhere.
Always something.
So welcome aboard, everybody. We are broadcasting live, so I know a bunch of you are just jumping on right now. You will find us on Stamp with Tami and Crafty Stampin' on Facebook Live, on YouTube Live, and on Twitter. And you also may not be watching live. You may be watching the replay, and you'll find us in all the same places. Yeah. The beautiful thing about the videos is that they're always there.
Yes.
So you can watch later, or you can come back later if you can only watch some of it.
Later, they're on our blog. You can just watch on the blog post on our blogs. So
yeah, we try to make it easy for you guys to watch. We don't want you to miss out on the fun.
Yeah. I'm tired.
Linda's been doing a lot.
I'm tired. I'm a senior, and we've visited 9 colleges in 2 weeks. Yeah. I'm blurry-eyed. And then I'm driving tomorrow to Montreal on stage. So I'm super excited, but I'm exhausted. So if I say stupid things today, just ignore me.
We say stupid stuff out.
I know. That's part of the fun. I think that's why some people show up.
Right.
I know. What are they going to say now?
So we are going to be working with the Stampin' Up Boughs of Holly.
Hello from my living room. Hi, where is everybody? Throw that in.
I'm in the car. I know sometimes we get I'm at work with my headphones on. We won't shout those people out. We don't want to get them, in trouble. So we're going to show you this amazing suite. We're going to do lots of stamping today and lots of over-the-top ideas.
She has a basket full,
full.
She's like, look what I made. I'm like, I guess I don't need to make anything.
Just right till the end. We have so many things to share with you guys, and we can't wait. We do want to tell you about our prize patrol because we love to give stuff away.
I think these are the best when it's the Stampin' Blends marker. I told you I'm going to say all things wrong. The Stampin' Blends, and that is our current most new in color, the 22-24 colors set, and it's 10 sets or 5 sets of 2 10 markers. It's going to be
Sarah's in the car.
Sarah's in the car
at the gas station. She says,
"Okay, be safe, Sarah, and anyone else who's in the car.
Yes, drive safely." So, and because we have our new prize, the Nourish and Flourish kit, and that one goes to Karen Kilgo. Congratulations,
Congrats, Karen!
Be sure to fill out the prize claim form, which you will find on either Linda's or mine's blogs, Stamp with Tami or Crafty Stampin'. And with that,
there is a sale on Paper Pumpkin past kits, refills, and add-ons. You do need to be a current Paper Pumpkin subscriber, so you can just click over there, subscribe, and then come back and buy the sales. And that ends today. So you want to get in on that now, because you've all seen the last few things that they've put out. And you want to make sure you subscribe, because that just means the next things are going to be better.
And that just is a perfect segue into the next thing we had to share.
It is also the last day to subscribe and have the From the North Pole kit. I think these are going to be tags from the hint here.
And you can also get the add-on bags.
Yes, and those you can order right now. And this kit coordinates with the just recent kit, Ho Ho Ho. And you can see both Tami and my blogs for lots of other ideas to do with that kit. So you know there's going to be tons of ideas with this kit too. The kits get better and better.
The other thing we want to remind you about these Paper Pumpkin kits is that the deadline is the 10th to subscribe. And
I just read Sarah's comment.
I know. It's just
she knows it's going to be silly.
You know it's going to get silly. With the Paper Pumpkins, I cannot tell you how many times someone goes, I'm not sure I'm interested in tags, or I'm not sure I'm interested in cards, or I'm not sure I'm interested in this month's kit. And then the kit comes in and we start making alternates and sharing our alternates and the PPX projects and then I just get flooded with everybody who thought they didn't need the kit. Yep. And then how do I get the kit? And it's too late. Yep. And we can't get them. Yep. And sometimes even the refills sell out fast. So
because they're so popular.
And so and it's happened like time and time again, especially the last like 6 months. So don't,
they have upped their
be
game.
Disappointed. Like, subscribe now. I'm telling you, even if you don't think you're gonna like what you see, we're gonna show you other things to make with it, and it's just I'm excited about it.
Yeah, Sarah,
don't have
Sarah,
FOMO.
don't have FOMO. We just need to put Sarah on the side while she's sitting at her gas station taking it up. She's got the comments of the day.
Get the kit. Avoid the FOMO. That's fear of missing out, by the way.
Yes. Oh yeah. There are some of my kids say stuff and I'm like, I have to. Urban Dictionary. What are they talking about? Like, so FOMO. Yeah. YOLO.
Right. Okay. Once. All right. And so with that, let's pop down to the table and take a look at what we're going to be playing with today.
This set is gorgeous. And so she's like, which one do you think we should do? I'm like, that one. Yeah. So this is the Boughs of Holly Suite. And it starts with the leaves of holly, because they're changing that going forward, that they'll all have the same name.
The die and the stamp set.
Yeah. But right now we're still in the old way. Leaves of Holly stamp set, which is a two-step stamping set. And then it has the coordinating holly berry dies, which are also kind of a two-step die cutting set. We'll explain to that in a little bit. We then have the absolute setting Boughs of Holly DSP, the ribbon, which I can never remember the name, natural woven ribbon, and the texture.
I don't have a lot of these left because I used a ton of them on my project. Like
so little
you'll be seeing a lot of these
laser
on our ideas when we share with them. They're super fun.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of tips for playing with those too. So you guys want to see the paper? Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
it
even has a little bit of smell.
Well,
but I'm sure Tami has had it open for a while.
I just opened this.
There you go. That's why.
I did not give Linda the. I did it right before she got here, so she didn't get to do the snipping. We love to snip the paper. I know it's a problem. I know, but probably there are worse things.
There's a new catalog coming.
To sniffing paper.
That's the best time. As we sit here, we get to open all of them kind of live. So here is the paper. It's got like an old fashion feel to it, but yet fun. So we got the poinsettias.
And I'll read off the colors.
Okay. And kind of a paint swoosh kind of look.
The colors are Cherry Cobbler, Evening Evergreen, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Poppy Parade, Real Red, Sahara Sand, Shaded Spruce, Soft Succulent, and Soft Suede.
Woo! It's got a list.
Got a map.
I love this one with a little bit of a polka dot on it with the like.
Are there support groups for the sniffers? I don't know if there are. Maybe we need to start one.
This is it really. Oh, I can show you the back of that one. Just such pretty colors. And here's the other one.
I think this one's my favorite.
Yeah.
I get torn between saying I start working when playing with one, but that one I think was my favorite.
So these, what's fun? So this is kind of the backs. So these aren't necessarily Christmas. They got the colors, but they don't have that. This looks like camo, like Christmas camo.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
If Santa was going to wear camo, this is what he'd wear.
Santa camo.
But you could use these really for anything, and then this side is more like your traditional Christmas kind of stuff going on. So I did if I can figure out where it is without ripping stuff already. All right, so
good.
I have the sampler that you can create, and this will be available for download on both our websites in about an hour, and it's got the all the different colors that she just read off and got out of breath, as well as a 2x2 of each sheet. It's a little hard to tell because some of these reds look the same here, but you just saw them. They don't. So, but that's fun. So that's the paper. On the dies, so we'll keep the paper as background. So here are a sample of the dies. There are, I believe, 11. Why count when I can look at my thing? And it says 11, I'm right. So there are 11 separate dies.
It's beautiful paper, right?
Some of the dies, like we said, there's like two-step stamping. It's kind of like two die dying. So this one, so here and here. So this one backs up this one. I know you would never use red and black, but I want to make sure there was contrast so you can see what I mean. go together to create this little backdrop on this beautiful label. These two work together to create a 3D holly berry look.
Not to be confused with.
And these two are two separate leaves that also work together to create a 3D leaf look. But that's not all. The two-step stamping, so the leaves and the berries work together to create kind of a 3D effect. So here I did the detail in Evening Evergreen, the lighter in Soft Succulent, and together they come together to kind of give that 3D look.
They work alone and they work with the
yes,
stamp set.
and you can just do them alone. And the same with the berries. And here I did the berries in Blushing Bride and Flirty Flamingo, but you can do a series of reds.
Jennifer is a fan of your red and black cuts.
Thank you. I think that's all I have. Like, did I do anything else?
The red and black seems to be very popular.
Well, I figured, I want contrast so you can see them, because sometimes it's like white and whatever, you can't see it very well. So I want to make sure you could see it and understand what fabulous products we have here. I think that's all I have.
All right. So we have lots and lots. If you guys did not see the write-up in our on the video, we have over 30.
She went a little
over
crazy.
30, like way over 30 ideas to share with you guys with this suite. But before we do, we're going to do some stamping. So I thought we'd start with some simple stamping. So I'm just going to take the stamp set and I'm going to do some two-step stamping. And right,
Linda's gonna do some. We need like a song.
Linda's gonna do some two-step dancing while we're doing two-step stamping.
Yeah.
So for this card, I'm using Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent, Cherry Cobbler, and Poppy Parade. Which I wouldn't originally have thought to put the poppy and the cherry together, but they look awesome together.
There are more times where I'm like, "What combo is that?" And then I see, I'm like, "Oh, well, what did I know?"
And the words that I'm going to use for this come from the Merriest Moments stamp set, because I like the font on that one. So for this particular one, I'm using A Joyful Christmas. I'm going to stamp that in the Cherry Cobbler and just kind of stamp it down there. And then we are going to, sorry, I'm just going to, I'm gonna make you guys just wonder, what's she doing? So for the two-step, for the leaves, and I'm just using the large leaf for this one. There's two different sizes, and let's go ahead and there's an outline. There's an outline and a solid, so they're hard to see here, but this would be the solid and this would be the outline. So the solid I'm going to do in the lighter color, so that I'm going to do in the Soft Succulent, and let's just stamp that right there, and then do the outline in some Evening Evergreen. You know what? I might even stamp that off once because it's pretty dark. But that's okay. You guys get the idea.
Wow, you didn't even look straight down. Look at you.
I wasn't even looking at it.
I was going to say.
I don't even have glasses on and I'm doing it. And that still came out
really good.
And it doesn't even need to line up.
I say you can do it either light over dark or dark over light. I would say practice on a piece of paper. Some of the stamps, I find it easier to do the dark one first and then the stamp line it up with the light one, because the light one tends to be of a less busy stamp and it doesn't have the dark ink on it, so you can see through it easier. But if you're Tami, you can just do it from way aside. You don't need to worry about that.
I'm getting used to talking and stamping.
Yeah. But if you stamp light over dark, it doesn't diminish the image. Some people think, oh, it won't look as good. No one will know.
So
look at this talent.
I'm just doing some poppy with the solid, and the cherries also have a solid and an outline. So I've done the solid in the poppy and the outline in the Cherry Cobbler. I know it's
mine would be like it looked like that 3D effect. Like I'm supposed to have some special glasses on to see it.
And also from that Merriest Moments where I got the words from, there's these little fur pieces. I think that's what they're called, or foliage. We'll just call them foliage. So we'll take those.
Fur is an F-I-R.
Yeah, right. And some succulent, and just kind of fill in some blinks.
Oh, that looks good.
Just to kind of fill
I
it
didn't
in
realize
a
that's
little
where
bit.
that came from.
And then we've got a beautiful layer here.
That looks awesome.
For the card, and I'm going to credit Leanne Greff for this card design, because actually I'm going to keep...
You need that one?
No, I'm going to keep the Cherry Cobbler and the Evening Evergreen. because I got this from her, and she had a wonderful idea with this, where she took an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and stamped all of this in the middle of it, and then chopped it up and made 4 cards out of it.
You kind of stamp once, 4 cards.
Fantastic, and I'll show you what we mean by that in a minute. But I'm gonna take my evening evergreen ink pad, and I'm just gonna
where you work on the strength of your fingers.
So we have a pool of ink in the middle, and I'll do the same with the cherry cobbler. And then I'm taking, move these guys out of the way because I'm going to end up with an elbow in it.
That's something I do. Right up my alley.
Just move those over there. All right, so then we have water painters. They're like, just brushes, and they've got water inside them that you can just refillable.
It's like cheating when it comes to watercoloring.
A little bit. So I just want to squeeze it and make it a little bit wet, not too wet, but just enough. And then I'm going to pick up, I want a second little thing here. I'm going to pick up some ink and then just tap it. Boom. And then, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me hold it up. And then when you do that, see the splatter? You get the cool little splatter effect there. And then I'm going to change colors. So just like any other blending brush, sponge, or whatever, you can just kind of wipe that off on some scrap paper and then pick up some of the cherry cobbler, and boom. So now we've got our splatter.
You're all doing that too, right? Like, oh my God!
Now we've got a super easy splatter effect going on there. And then one more little trick that I'm going to share before I assemble the card. Actually, I'll leave that there. And this one, if you're queasy about getting a little bit messy, this one may not be for you. Or you may just want to, have something handy. But I'm taking my Wink of Stella, and I made a little wet pool there, so it's really wet on the tip. And I just took my finger and flicked it around the card. This one we may need to zoom in.
But you look like a real crafter when you're done, because your fingers
cover. Well, then you're sparkly. You're shimmery. It's like an accessory after. But what this does is it gives your whole card, and I know you can see it in person, but I don't know that you can see it on the video as well. You guys can see it? Okay. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it. But it gives your whole card a little shimmer.
And someone's like, do the splatter with the Wink of Stella. She did.
There you go. See? I'm on it. It's like I read your mind, right? So I'm going to just zoom in so you guys can. I don't know how well you can see the sparkle on there. In person, it looks really cool. You've got a little shimmer. You've got a little sparkle. You've got your splatter effect. And then we're going to go ahead and assemble, which is simple assembly. So this is a perfect design if you are making a large list,
your entire family.
If you're doing a large holiday list, this would be a perfect design for it. And you'll probably want to go assembly line. And I'm going to show you another trick that's great when you are making a bunch of cards at once, like you do when you're doing your holiday cards. So I've got an 8.5 by 11 sheet of soft succulent cardstock. And I'm going to put it in my paper trimmer halfway to 4 1/4 the long way. I'm going to take that scoring blade.
Make sure it's a scoring blade.
Yes, the scoring blade. Well, if you cut it, then you just got 2 card pieces. Yeah. But the scoring blade scores it in the middle, and then I'm going to turn it and cut it in half. And now you've got 2 card bases already scored.
I always remember to do that after I've already cut them all.
That's going to save you some time.
I go, I should have scored this.
When you have a big list and you're making a lot of things at once.
It really does cut down.
I'm going to just take my bone folder and just reinforce that score line. And now here's another trick for you guys, because I'm full of them today.
You're full of them today.
I am full of them today. I'm layering on copper foil. And the copper foil is just going to go underneath, and it's a pretty significant piece. And the foils, I know I always like to get the best out of it. So I took you could also do this with the paper trimmer, the stitched rectangle dies, and just cut out the middle here. You're not going to see it, but this way.
The third, so the third one she used, the third.
You want to make sure you just have enough of an edge here that it will reveal through your layer that you're not going to see this cut out. So when I put it on here, I can use this I could use it as is. I could cut something else out of it. I can, you have another piece here that you can use. So you're not,
Yeah. We all like to be thrifty with the expensive stuff.
I know, especially the foils.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you get away with not hiding them as much. So then we're just going to take some seal adhesive. I'm not even popping this card up. This is all going to be flat. So you can mail it. No, you could pop it up if you wanted to, but you know, I know a lot of you are like, oh, does that cost more in the mail? And yeah, sometimes it's worth it. Yeah. But in this particular case, if you're making 50 of them, you know, these are some quick and easy ways to do it. And flat would be better. And that's not cut right. Flat would be better when you're, oops, did I not do that one right? Flat would be better when you're mailing a bunch of them. Let's see, how do we do there? We good? Yeah.
Gotta love the quick adjust.
So we've got, our card is complete. Now, I made a whole set of these. And just, you know, I mentioned, and I'll try to show you here, I mentioned that you could stamp, you could take this shimmer white and do one sheet. No, I didn't quite do it right.
Yeah. So you can take a pencil or you can take the score blade and like score, just so you have a real idea where that middle is.
And then stamp in the middle.
Right.
Just kind of pretend that's the middle there. And then stamp in the middle and then chop it up. And then you have your 4 card bases and then you can just stamp those.
Come up and stamp.
Quick and easy, right? That's an easy card set right here for you to recreate. So this is a great design.
Especially this time of year when you are making things en masse.
Great design here for when, right, exactly. So that is the first piece of stamping. But wait, there's more. Because,
no, not more.
Oh, yeah. Because, just because. All right. So
those are the wonderful things she does.
All right. Well, you know.
That's where the exhaustion comes in.
Maybe you want to give this as a gift. Maybe you want to send them out to people, but maybe you want to do it as a gift. So why not make a coordinating gift box for it? And I used our craft boxes here. And I'm going to show you how to cover the craft boxes so you can make them match your cards, but also how to get this peekaboo window that it has in it without covering it up. There's a little trick for that. And so the first thing you're going to want to do.
No, I'm like, I haven't seen that. I'm like,
Linda hasn't seen
Tell me how, Tami.
You're going to pick which designer series paper you want. I'm going to go with the stripes. I think that's my second favorite.
That. Yeah.
My second favorite out of that pack. And then I'm going to take my craft box and my pen, which is somewhere handy in here, but whatever. I'm going to pretend we're just going to pretend this is a pen, and I'm going to draw a line. So you want to make sure you do it upside down. So if I wanted to use the striped paper, I turn it this way and draw the template line. So I just trace this whole thing onto the pattern paper. And then after it's traced onto the pattern paper, I cut it out, and through the magic of video, we have it all cut out and ready. And then before we assemble, this is where, and I'm going to give you some full screen here so you can see a little bit better. This is where the magic is going to come in when you make this window. And the reason why you got to kind of do it special is that this is too wide for the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So there's a trick to getting the window cut out of the designer series paper. And what it is you want to score. I'm not attaching it yet. And I mean, you can score it with a bone folder. You can wait until after you score it with the bone folder. You just want the score lines there.
Ooh.
I'm just going to do this quickly. So, and basically what I really want here is the front, the top folds there. If I get these bottom folds, great, but I don't need them yet. I will need them when they're done. And these little tabs. Okay. So it's not attached yet. I've got so I've got those score lines there. We're going to need to fold this in order to fit it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And to cut the window, I'm going to get a little help here from the seasonal labels dies. I'll be using this. So it's very similar to the cut that's in the window. It's a little different, but similar. And it's a good shape. It's a nice large shape.
Incoming.
Whee! So you're going to take your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. You're probably going to want a Post-it note for this. I did try to do it with the masking paper, but I think the Post-it note works better for this particular technique.
You're saying Post-it note?
I am saying Post-it note. I am.
Post-it note.
I am. I don't know why. I just am. So we're going to take this and line it up in the middle. Actually, let's do this.
Ooh.
Even better, right? So I'm going to hold this I'm gonna hold this back up so that I'm lining it back up, and then I'm gonna take that die and kind of line it up inside that window.
Oh, I do strange things like this, and I'm like, how do I explain this to other people?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna explain it, but there you go. So then I'm gonna take my Post-it note. My Post-it note. I call them posties. Does anybody else call them posties?
I think that's cute. Oh, you said it twice. I'm like, she's purposely saying posties.
I do. They're little posties. I tried to do it with masking paper, but I think for this one, I think it's easier to use a Post-it note.
Post-it notes are my favorite.
I don't know. The masking paper is amazing, but for this particular thing, hopefully that didn't move on me. Okay. So now I've got these sides folded in, so now it will fit, because you can see that with the wings out, it's not going to fit, and I'm not going to worry about the back end here. But I do see that it moved.
You need strong Post-it notes.
No,
it's like there's a balance. I find the off-market Staples brand.
This will
stick
teach
just
me,
enough.
This will
don't
teach
rip up
me
the paper.
Not going with the real Post-it. Maybe that's why I call them posties. I don't want to get in trouble.
There you go. There we go.
All right, so now.
Thank you. It's a bendy.
Okay, now go.
You got it? Okay.
You need, oh, nope, still, it's...
All right, then fold that under. If it's
breaking. You need 4 hands, but I think it's like one of these things, once you do it
once you do it once, you'll be okay. But doing it on the video.
Doing it live.
So I'm only running it through until that die goes up, and then I'll just run it back. I'm not going to run it all the way through. But that is how to get the window cut out of the middle on the paper that is wider than the actual Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So, sorry.
I'm like trying to
help, but I'm like, you do want to tuck that bottom in, but we'll fix that, so it won't show.
And then you have a piece to use on something else.
Save for later. Now we're going to attach. So hopefully we did okay cutting our window out. I think we can. There we go. See? Now we got a little window. Looks really cool.
Perfect.
So I am going to use seal adhesive. For those of you who like the liquid glue, that would be great here. I tried to like it. I really did.
I like it for some things.
I tried to like it for this, so I could show you how to use it on this, and I just don't like it. I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to say that.
I'm with you on that.
I'm not supposed to say that, but I just don't. So I'm being real. We just did our big fundraiser, and all the demos that are in our team that do it, they all use and love, and all the customers love the liquid glue. And so it's just me. I know. All right, so I'm carefully get it really good on the edges. And so once it's on there really good, then we're just gonna. No, here's the other thing. There's tabs on here. We're gonna. These are to assemble the box. But I'm covering these with the designer paper, so I'm going to put my own adhesive here to assemble the box after. So we can go ahead and unpeel those while you're assembling. And let's see if I can do this on video without... That's the other hard part.
I might be like,
I'm on the video. I don't want to stick my head in under there so you guys can see. And then just kind of, let's see if we can fix that piece right there.
That'll never be noticed.
So that won't show. I might have to do some surgery on that after. I might have to do a little, I don't have a sponge. I was going to take a sponge and sponge it, but just pretend it's not there. Now I'm going to take those bone folders and reinforce all of these score lines. Now you want them nice and crisp on that designer series paper. Like before, we just needed to use that as a guide, but now that we're assembling, we want them to be nice and crisp. And we've got our box that's covered and pretty, and it's going to match our cards that we're making. And you're going to want to use a stronger adhesive for the actual assembly part. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Seal Plus for this. And we're going to put it where the tabs were. So right here, this is where, where I had peeled the tabs off the original. And then just attach. And then the same with these 2 tabs in the middle. Put your adhesive there. It doesn't want to come out. Naughty, naughty. And last two up top. And there we go. Well, we have our beautiful box, and we can put our cards in it, and it matches the cards that we've made. We can put them in there. We can put other cards in there. We can put other gifts in there, so you could give these as a gift. And if you wanted to, you could also line the inside of that. So all you would need to do, and I'll put the measurements on the thing, is I believe it's 6 1/4 by 4. So, and then just cut that window out of the middle and then just attach.
Oh, what a great idea.
So then you have your inside that's lined and matches. And
nice.
So easy, and it matches. So these are the, we sell them. They're in the online store, the Craft and, I believe, Craft and Gift Box?
I think it's just Craft Gift Box.
Craft Gift Box.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, there we go. So we've got our card.
Yeah.
We've got our matching box. But wait, there's more.
No.
Oh, yes, there's more. We got a mega episode today.
My goodness.
It is a pretty awesome suite. So you want your envelopes to match too, right? So if you're going to mail it or whatever. So I'm taking, this is a Stampin' Up medium-sized envelope and maybe some scrap paper that's left over from anything. And I'm just attaching that to the back flap. This is such an easy trick here that you can do these from. Lots.
Oh
and
my.
then all you're going to do is just, with your scissors, just follow the flap line. And you've got an instant matching envelope to go with your card or to go with your box or to go with whatever.
That.
But wait,
There's more.
All right, so this is a technique that I got from Annette Elios, who was a UK demonstrator, and she called it grunge. So I pre-stamped these, and
She called it grunge or grunt with a K.
You know what? I don't know. I'm gonna call it shimmery uber coolness.
Uber.
Okay, so just take my. So these are stamped just like we stamped the original card, and then we're gonna take.
Wait, is it stamped on?
I use shimmery white, but you could use basic white too. It doesn't have to be shimmery white. And I've got just white water and the Stampin' Spritzer. We sell these too. These little. Spritzers.
These are great.
And just regular water, and then when I spritz it,
Ooh.
it gets kind of wicked cool, right? And then just to speed the drying process along, I took the heat tool and then did a little flick like we did on the original card and put a little shimmer on it, and in the end we get this super cool look, right?
It's an awesome background.
Right? It's like a watercolory abstract background. And
I worked hours on it.
Right? And then maybe I cut a couple out, and this is the finished card here. I cut a couple of leaves out.
That's cool. I really like that.
Easy, right? But just a really cool effect on the background. And shimmery.
You got to have the shimmery.
Right? If
you make a mistake, throw shimmer on and be like, I meant to do
that. For
that.
the holidays, I feel like we need the shimmer, right? And then we've got a ton of ideas. So that's the stamping for today. We've got our super cool watercolor spritzer shimmery card.
And now we have lots of
matching
samples.
Envelope. We've got our card set, a simple card set to make here, and then we've got our box. So we got a big episode here.
She even glitzed up this
right?
one. Like,
oh, that was the other thing I wanted to share.
Oh, no, there's more.
There's more. Okay, wait, we're not showing you stuff yet. Thanks for saying that, Linda. I totally forgot. That was one more thing I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, so using the this is the same die that I cut out of the middle of that designer series paper, and that was from the I just moved it somewhere.
Gold
here we go.
shimmer.
Seasonal labels and the distressed.
Yes.
So the seasonal labels and the distressed gold, and we're gonna cut that in half.
Oh.
Yep, we are.
Oh.
And I'll take that.
Coming back.
Sorry, my really quick.
Elbow.
I loved how this came out. Okay. Hey,
don't you want someone to like load your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine?
Yes.
Pull off your tabs off your dimensionals.
saying hi to Arlene. She's new. She just found us.
Hi, Arlene. Welcome.
Welcome. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the fun. We're happy to have everybody here. Okay, so my postie. So I've just
it's like my bestie, and
I've got a little reveal here, and then the same on the other side. A little reveal on the other side, and then we're gonna run that back through. Ooh.
Oh.
And that gives us these little edges, and if you got a little stringy there, you can just trim it.
He said the blind man.
And then you can attach those to the card box. And actually, you can make several out of, because you can
just keep
going on that. If you wanted to make another one for another box, you can do several at a time. And then that just attaches on the window. See, here and here. And then you've got a fancy little window little label there. Let's see, what else we got?
Oh, you're dropping them all.
I'm throwing them everywhere. That one, I'm not going to touch them, but it would go right here. They would go right there, and they would be super beautiful. Okay, so I'll let Linda's got some stuff to show.
I got some stuff to show. So I just got some samples. This one has been on my blog already. I smartened up. We make a plan, and then I do a bunch of other stuff, and then I make for this specifically. So this time we had the plan. I'm like, everything else I make, I'm going to use a stamp set if I can. Smarten up. It's just simple. Here's another one. This one is cased from someone, and I don't remember. Anything a cased or is a swap, it will be on the pictures on our blog, who they're from. But there is just really, really gold pretty. Again. Yeah. This one, remember, I tape stuff up so it will take photos better. Yeah, so here's a cute one. And this one, it's got a spot for a gift card. So you have a gift card I see over here.
I do have a little gift card here.
So this one says gift card goes here.
That's awesome.
There you go.
I love it.
So that sticks in there, and then you close it up. I'm afraid I don't want to close it. Then I'll take Tami's gift card. Linda's shopping. So there's that one. And then another one that's more of a, again, ignore my tape that I use to take photos with. But this little Z-fold. This is such the prettiest detail for the label. I love the label. It's just so pretty. So now you're ready for the hundreds that Tami has to
Okay, so in my defense, I told Linda, these I had previously, I'd done a class on these purse treat boxes, and I had previously posted these on my blog. So I do have instructions already for these on the blog. But they're cute little, easy to make purse treat boxes. And they just, I dressed them up with the designer series paper, had some fun with that. So that is my first share, and I have instructions for that, I think, already. Then next up, I don't even know where to begin.
She doesn't. The basket's full.
All right. So then I made a collection of cards, just simple cards, because I'm thinking when we are making, when we're making holiday cards, we're usually making them for larger lists, right? You're usually making 10, 15, 20, 50 at a time. So you want some design that's somewhat simple but beautiful and a wow, right? So these are just designer series paper that's layered, right? Yeah. So I just did a little layer, and it's all just pretty designer series paper with a word element on there. And then I added those cute little. So these, on this one, I colored the, I don't know where I threw them. Yeah. There we go. I colored the texture elements with Stampin' Blend markers. Yeah. And then I added Wink of Stella to the top.
I was just saying, you could do them plain with just Wink of Stella.
And I also flicked Wink of Stella over all of the designer series paper. So all of these are shimmery.
Is that why they all get the shimmer?
So they're super simple, dressed up a little bit, super simple. So you can do so many things, but they're all basically the same layout, just different pattern.
And this one you cut out the same image from another piece.
So neat. So easy. This is an easy way to do a bunch of cards for your holidays. If you're looking now for your holiday card ideas, that's a great simple one. This is another pretty easy one that just uses the designer series paper mostly. And this is the accordion fold card. So I've got a set of accordion folds. That one's I really love. I don't know.
That's a great idea
to this designer series paper. This particular one, and because the card base was just a flat sheet here, and then this inside is actually what pops up.
Oh.
I used the gold foil for the card base. Yeah, I did. And this is another, when you're not sure which side
Santa
of the
camo.
paper to use. Santa
camo.
So that, it's one way of showcasing both sides of the paper. I used the basic border and some gold foil for that little edge right there.
That's clouds. Use the clouds.
Yep.
It's a card.
Christmas
in the
clouds.
Oh.
And this one matches the box we just made, right? So we can...
Oh, and you did this one upside.
Yep, I turned it around. I did all kinds of different things with that thing. Oh wait, we got more.
Sometimes you get
and the holly
something
berries.
And you get stuck with
red
it.
rhinestones.
And look at that.
Red rhinestones on that one.
Yeah,
So those are accordion.
Dawned on me to turn it around.
Next up, I had done a series previously on this fancy fold. It's an arrow fold. And I thought, oh, this will work really nicely with this set. So I did these. They're fun little folds here.
Oh, that's awesome.
And this one has the distressed gold paper. These two are just designer series paper. And then that you can write on the inside up here. You can put a photo in there. There's lots of different different things that you can do with that. But that's all a set with the arrow fold, fun fold cards.
And there's more.
And there's more.
I told you, she went crazy.
There's more. So following the fun fold theme, these are angled gatefold cards. And so I did the designer series paper on all, but this one I did shimmer white on one side, but the rest of them I did the other side of the designer series paper, and I used little magnets to hold them shut so they stay closed on you so they don't pop open. You can put photos in there. You can write your greetings in there. All kinds of fun things that you can do inside.
The magnets. Like,
boop.
Like genius.
Boop. Yeah, I'm hooked on the magnets now for the enclosures. And I put little berries, little rhinestones on the edge of that one. Oh, but wait, there's more. These all have instructions. I'll have instructions for all of them on the blog, but these will be out tomorrow. So this one, I made this for I did a whole series on holiday photo cards. And this particular series, I used all of this Boughs of Holly designer series paper for the background. So this one was the welcome window bundle, and I put the photo inside and used that striped paper for the background, used a little the holly on the inside, and that's
stunning. That combination. Found my favorite.
So then the other two are fun fold cards. This one's an easel. Then this one's pretty basic, right? It's just the designer series paper and a wallet-sized photo that's layered with glimmer paper. And then there's my favorite design again. This one's a Z fold, and it's a full flat Z fold. So you can actually fold it flat, or it can sit up where both the outside and the inside show.
Nice.
And then I colored that textured elements with the Stampin' Blend markers again for the inside. And I used some of those red rhinestones.
Nice.
And I got my little stock family there, and they're all stinking cute, smiling because they're like, "Oh, we love your cards." Thank no. I was making when I did my photo card video. I was making up stories about the families. I had all different families. I was like, this whole family is. So now I went and did some slimline cards, and this one I started with this one because I was inspired by Stacia Bloodhart in this one.
Stunning.
And right, and she's an artisan, and she just always does some gorgeous work. And I was like, I love it. So I did that, and then I got inspired after that, and so. Then I
love that you got the offset. The more she's doing with this one particular die, it's more than
It's got the distressed gold as a shadow almost underneath it. I just kind of offset it a little bit to create that. And here I put vellum over the designer series paper to mute it just a hair, and then cut out the poinsettia so it pops up on top. So we've got like a little bit of it's a little bit opaque underneath.
So we're gonna have photos of all these cards on our blogs when we're done. So they'll all be there.
They are. Give us about an hour after the episode. But wait, I'm still not done. More. I love this suite. There were so many cool things. And this one's a pretty simple slimline card. And this one uses the musical melody texture background. And then I just took the distressed gold. And for these leaves, I used vellum.
Nice.
I cut the solid leaf in vellum and then layered over the top with the vintage distressed gold on the top there.
You've used that vintage distress gold.
Yeah, I know. I thought it went really
amazingly with this set.
It goes really, really good with this set. And then I've got a couple more now. So the next ones I'm going to show you are kind of a preview for next week's video.
Don't tell anybody.
So next week's video, little sneak peek.
Before you do this, do you see how many there are here?
So, and I was going along the themes of it's
whenever
holiday
she's like,
time.
I did a few.
I made a few. It's holiday time, and during the holidays, you want to make You want to make a lot of cards fast, right? You want to be able to get your cards done. You don't. A lot of times when you're making for a large list, you don't want them to be over the top. So then I did.
Okay, someone's asking which dies. These all primarily feature the holly berry dies, which is what we're featuring. Yeah. But she's just used them in different ways. But that's where the dies is in the collection that we are.
And you can rewind if you popped in late. You can rewind. We shared all of the pieces to the suite that are all over these cards I'm sharing. So I did a one sheet wonder, and for those of you who aren't familiar with that, it's a piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper.
Take one of these.
So I took one of those, and it happened to be the white poinsettia one, and I cut it up. I made a template, and I cut it up into pieces to fit on 14 cards.
Wow.
So all this whole entire pack, and they're all different, is white cardstock base with black ink. That's that one stamp set, and then one piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper on all of these. So you would need white cardstock, one sheet of designer series paper, and envelopes, and boom, 14 cards
one stamp
done.
Set and one
and
color.
I, for my next video, I'll get into more detail.
For my next trick.
You'll see these come back. But what this is the same exact one sheet wonder, the same exact cuts on the designer series paper, but I stepped it up. I'm going to call this a 2 sheet wonder because I added that distressed gold, that being the second 12 by 12 sheet, to layer the designer series paper on. So you can see that these are the same cuts here, and then I layered it, and then I just did this. This is my stepped up one sheet wonder. So yes, Sue, stay tuned to my next video, which will be next week, and I will have the template for this and more. I'll share them all.
Sneak peek.
This is just a sneak peek because I went
She's
overboard.
Keep you coming back for more.
I went overboard, and I'll have more. I'll share. I promise. I'll share all of these.
Yeah.
And I will have more to share with you next week. So that's a sneak peek of what's coming on my next video. Stay tuned for templates for the one sheet wonder
and 2 sheet wonder.
I love that. And 2 sheet wonder. And with that, we have our. That was way more than 30.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're counting there, but that was way more than 30. All of our ideas from the
Boughs of her ideas.
Boughs of Holly. No. We got a whole bunch here from the Boughs of Holly Suite. And if you haven't seen that, you can. We did share these up close and personal, so you can see all of the pieces here. Yeah. They're available individually, and they're available in a suite where you save a little bit of money. And it's an amazing, amazing suite. So I hope that you've enjoyed this.
If you are a demonstrator and going to be in Montreal, come find me and say hi.
I know
no one in Montreal.
This weekend is Stampin' Up's on stage big convention, and it's all over the country. It's all over the world, actually. And it's Linda will be in Montreal.
I'll be in Montreal.
So be sure to find her and say hello.
I don't speak French, so I'm going to be one standing there going.
Yeah, we have our Stampin' group going all over. In fact, Oksana is in
Vienna.
Main event in Vienna, Austria right now. So very envious of her. Very envious of her. And so, with that, we are going to sign off. Thanks so much for joining us today. Don't forget to deck your halls with Boughs of Holly this Christmas season.